Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have a documentary series. I believe, this is from National Geographic, as it usually is. But National Geographic, a documentary series about World War II called Erased, World War II's Heroes of Color. It's also called The Color of Victory, Heroes of World War II, if you happen to find it somewhere else. Like maybe on Hulu it's on there, and it has a slightly different name. But the point of it is still the same. It is a 4-episode series. Each episode is about 44 minutes long. It is from 2024. It's brand new. It came out earlier this year, more than likely in February during Black History Month, because this is all about the heroes of color that were erased from history and their contribution to the war effort, to in a time when, honestly, in World War II, remember when we used to be the good guys? We were the good guys fighting against this hateful, racist, murdering psychopath who slaughtered millions because they were of a different race. Or, oh, by the way, not just the Jews, but anybody who was considered less. Include the homosexuals. Include anybody that was lesser than the supreme white Aryan sensibility. So yeah, if you weren't a straight white Christian male, you were lesser. And that included the women, but they didn't slaughter them because they needed to breed. So yeah, it started in Germany, it spread to Japan and everything else, but in many cases, when it came to people of a darker skin color, when it came to the war effort, they were cooks and cleaning guys on ships, in the Navy, and everywhere else, barracks and things like that. The first episode focuses on Pearl Harbor, the first step into getting America into the World War. We pretty much stayed out of it for the most part, because we were, even then, we had a pretty strong standing with the Nazis. Well, I mean, we weren't like buddies. Like, I think Hitler didn't even like the American Nazi Party. Like, they were just like, let's just stay away from America. But there was a strong Nazi party. They held a rally in Madison Square Garden in New York City at one point, before we entered the war. Once the policy became that we were in the war and we were with the Allies against the Nazis, well then, we gotta, keep all that racism quiet as much as we can. But in places, well before we started, when the Pacific, the Hawaii, Pacific coast, were all considered just unattackable. Why would the Nazis come all the way over there? It's just a leisurely white paradise for those who were enlisted, and just had more slaves to clean up after them. Yeah. Well, guess what? When stuff went down, when things got crazy, even though they were had the N-word said to them plenty of times, treated like lesser people, when it came down to it, there were certain men who stepped up and took on their roles. Why do we know this? How do we know this? Even though it was erased, some of them survived, and some of them had families, and some of them were known to the government. But when the awards started going out, the medals of bravery and valor and everything else, they were just like, yeah, he was on a ship. That black guy? Yeah. The Negro? Yeah, he was a cook. Never mind he took up the guns to help shoot down planes. Never mind the fact that the military, when they would be talked, when people would kind of like prod them, they said, well, yeah, I'm sure he took the guns, but he probably didn't shoot any down. He's not a person who could have done that. They're not smart enough. That was the general attitude. The reason why black men could not be in the military until later on, when they realized they made good for propaganda for when it came to getting black men added to the army at that point, and they realized they could use them as gun fodder. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to let people be killed, why don't you put the most expendable human beings that they barely considered human beings at the front of the line? Eat up those bullets. That's how it worked. In this, Idris Elba narrates the sacrifices and the battles, 4 specific battles. Pearl Harbor, I want to do these in order, but I'm going to blank on it. Pearl Harbor, D-Day, Dunkirk, and Battle of Bulge. So those 4 major battles in the history of World War II. Movies have been made about all different ones, some of them. If we're lucky, there might have been a supporting character that might have been black and that somebody got along with, and they were buddies despite their different colored skin. Yeah, well, and of course we got like Red Tails from George Lucas. We got Lucasfilm did Red Tails. Well, I just said that, right? Yeah. Which is about the Tuskegee Airmen who fought in the Air Force, but were still kind of forgotten, shooed away. Just they certainly had no skills. This is one of the things that just ticks me off. I mean, there's history, and there's history that exists, but it's there, but until somebody actually goes looking for it, it's pretty well hidden. It's buried beneath a few inches of dirt. And this documentary series was made to help unearth those secrets, change people's understanding of who is worthy enough to fight for their country, who is worthy enough to stand for what's right against bigots abroad as compared to bigots in their own hometown. Yeah. When they came home from the war, things didn't really change that much either. So there's that story as well. But yeah, I've only watched the 1 episode. I watched the Pearl Harbor episode, where it starts. So for the Americans anyway. I'm going to add this. I want to watch the rest of these. You can't help but enjoy Idris Elba's voice. He's got this commanding tone where you're just like, he's about ready to punch you in the face with disgust for not understanding what these people and their families and generations after had gone through, trying to give them the dignity and for everything they did. So it's definitely, there's some surprising moments in it that I didn't know about, and some people I did not know about, and it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, maybe it doesn't cover everybody. It can't cover every person, but these are examples, and there's so many more stories to tell. I'm sure it's not like they're like, oh, we got 4. Or in this one, there's like 3 guys that they mainly focus on. But, oh, we got 12 people. They were all the heroes of color. Yay. No. There's no way to honor every single one of them with their own episode. We could make the effort, but the point is that they existed, and they're worthy to be, praised for the things they did in service of their country. Idris Elba has a relative, he's English, so in the English army, same situation. I'm pretty sure he's not like from Arkansas. It doesn't sound like it. So yeah, definitely check this out. If you probably have somebody in your family who's older than me who just loves watching World War II documentaries. This might be one they haven't seen, and odds are, if they're white, might be a reason. Not everybody's racist, but sometimes it seems like a sliding scale. Like, the odds are, the older they might be, the more likely they were just like, oh, we were just racist. That's the way we were. the way you expect it to be. If you're not racist, it's a little bit weird. Anyway, that's all I can say about that. Let's definitely check this out if you're a World War II buff and you just want to learn something you don't already know. If you do, great. Share it with somebody else who could use a little bit more knowledge about this history. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 249. Almost at the end of the list. Come on. Oh, overshot it. All right. Man, okay, so we got a bunch of shorts to start like the first 4 days. Now we're 2 in, I think, now on documentaries. And this one I think is just a single episode documentary, like just a single thing. It's not like a series like we've had a lot of recently. This one is interesting to me because I do appreciate architecture, foreign and domestic. But yeah, it's a place that I kind of want to go to. I also don't. But I think if I could go for the architecture and the beauty of some of the way these things are put together, it could be interesting. Tomorrow we're watching Ultimate Airport Dubai. Yeah, no, it's on Disney Plus. Okay, science and technology and architecture. Yeah, it's something that's on Disney Plus. It's probably a National Geographic thing. I do not know for sure, but Ultimate Airport Dubai is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.